Good morning. It's Monday. It's going to be a bit of a slow start today because I'm going to do all my editing from last night. My Mac decided it was going to update, which is nice of it. So that's what I'm doing this morning to begin with. Breakfast wise, though, we have toast. We are doing good so far. We have blackcurrant juice. I'm actually off work today, which is fantastic. It's holiday, it's not illness or anything like that. It's pre-booked, all that rubbish. So, whilst it slow starts this morning, this afternoon I'm going to get a bit of walking in, and I also have to go into Nuffield Health for a health check. I expect that I won't be filming any of the actual health check itself, but what I'll do is I'll give you a nice comprehensive report on that when I get back here. I had a health check about 13, 14 weeks ago, so this is actually more of a comparison between what I was like then and now. And I can tell you then, it wasn't good, so I'm hoping I'm a lot better now. Little things like I know I've lost at least a stone compared to then. I believe, based on what Fitbit's telling me, that my resting heart rate has gone down. Diabetes and what's the other one? Cholesterol. They were not risk factors then, and I doubt they will be now. If they are, I'm seriously worried, and I should go back to what I was doing before. What else did they have? Oh, do you know what? I'm sure I'll think of it later, and you're going to see it all in the comprehensive review anyway, so I'll make sure you know what's going on there. The next one will be 12 weeks after that, which puts it into the new year just about. But again, I'll make sure you know what's going on. So that's where I'm at for now. Yeah, I'm going to get on with editing this video now.
Okay, so I've started making plans for what I'm going to do when I achieve certain goals. By the way, I'm not sponsored by Boeing. This is just a notepad I picked up a few weeks ago when I was at the airport. So, I've decided this time round I'm going to get myself a point and shoot camera because at the minute I'm relying a lot on my iPhone. That's great because it's always with me and I'll probably still do some shots on the iPhone, but it does drain the battery quite a lot. And if I don't have a charger nearby, then I'm going to lose my phone and everything else I have. So I'd like a separate point and shoot camera to do the videos with, and that's what I'm going to start with. And you'll notice at the bottom I've gone for 15 stone new laptop. Excuse my poor handwriting, this is why a lot of things I do is typed, but that still leaves 7 goals? 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, yeah, 7 goals still to set rewards for. I've made a shout out to my sister for suggestions, and I'm going to make a shout out to you guys for suggestions as well, and hopefully we can fill everything between those 22 stone and 16 stone. One suggestion that's come through is go to see a show. So I'm going to look into what shows are coming to Manchester and when they're coming, see if any will coincide with when I expect to hit targets. Another thought I've had is there is a new PlayStation game called Final Fantasy 15 coming out later this next month, I think, so that could be a reward. But other than that, I'm looking at non-food specifically, because as one of my managers put it, I'm not a dog, I shouldn't be treated with food. So, yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. If anyone has any suggestions to fill those gaps, please do let me know, and I'll start filling it in, and maybe with each one I do as well, if it's a boxed item, I can do an unboxing video or something like that, but we'll see how we're going. So, the rest of today is slightly boring, because I've got to sit in and wait for a package for next door at the minute. He's out at work, I'm not. Hopefully it'll come fairly soon in the day so I can go out and do some stuff. As I said earlier, I've still got the health check to go to, but that's in the evening, and I've already told him I have to leave at a certain time today. So hopefully everything will be okay. Oh! As I say that, a van pulls out. That's brilliant. Hopefully that's the one.
I promise you that was not timed like that. That was fantastic. It's all delivered, all done, so all done in the morning. Brilliant. That gives me my afternoon to myself to work out what to do. So I haven't decided yet
because I wasn't expecting it that early. That makes life easy. Okay, so the other thing I was about to start saying I'm writing down is a shopping list. Because I do need to go get some shopping in. I need some sandwich meat for dinners. And my actual meats are starting to run out as well, so I'm going to have to start replacing them soon. And what else? Oh, I need to replace the milk that I had to throw out last week when the fridge was left open. My bad. Not a lot else really. Replace the bread. Usual things that need replacing, basically. So yeah, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna go around the kitchen, make sure I've written that all down. Okay, so I got a lot today. I didn't have enough room on the table, so I had to leave some in the bag here. These are trolley bags. I got them a little while ago when I realised we're gonna have to pay for carrier bags, so it saves me getting a load. Just to show you these, I've got potatoes. There's a few bags of veg here, and of course the milk. So onto the table, you can see immediately at the back you've got your 2 Coca-Cola bottles. Yeah, not saying much. I've gone for Hovis this time, just on the basis it was a nicer loaf when I was looking at them. It was softer, you could actually squeeze it a little bit. The Hovis ones, you couldn't do that with this time. I don't know if there was something wrong with the batch they made, but hey. Roast chicken and roast turkey for sandwich meat there. I needed to get some for this week. I think I got it upside down. These were reduced, so that's why I've got sausages this week, and I think that might be my dinner today. Along with I've got some chicken breast, I've got turkey meatballs this time. I also got chicken thighs and breaded chicken steaks. Cookable from frozen, always worth getting something like that. Roast pork loin steak, basted pork loin steak, I can't even say it right now. Interestingly, these were cheaper than Tesco's own. Haven't quite sussed that one out, and I was looking at the price per kilo. We got some Kievs. I told them the whole thing. This is one from the freezer though, rather than from the fridge aisle, so this one's probably not already pre-made. And another one I put upside down, never mind. Some lamb leg steaks. Plenty of meat to keep me going for a few weeks here, by the looks of things. I also got myself some pancakes. I said I was going to get them a couple of weeks ago. I've done it today instead. So we're going to try them for breakfast for a couple of days. We've got some ice cream cones, and some HP barbecue sauce, the classic style. Yeah, so this is my haul for today. The reason for getting the pancakes and the ice cream, I'm well ahead of target, so I felt the need to treat myself for something like that at least. Also, just to quickly mention, I never show you the receipt. The reason for that is it's not only food stuff I get, I've got a few personal items as well that you don't need to know about. So to show you the price and the receipt, quite frankly, wouldn't mean anything. I will tell you today I've actually bought a USB stick, because apparently I don't have a USB stick at the minute. I don't know how that's happened. That's obviously put the price up quite a bit, because I got the biggest size possible, the 128 gig one. As I say, it's useful things that you may or may not need as you're going around, so it's always worth having. So that's where I'm at. As usual with the meats, I'm going to separate them all out appropriately and put them in the freezer in bags like before. The reason I've gone for the meats this week, when you look in the freezer, that's all the meats I've got left. There's no other meats in there. There is actually a breaded chicken thing at the bottom there, which I could have in the future at some point. That'll go first before all the other cookable from frozen stuff. And that's all the veggies that remain. You can see how thin the packet is. So that's why I got this nice little load here. So I'm going to put this lot away. Today feels like a day I've not achieved much, even though I've done everything so far, because I've only done 1,300 steps, 1,347. But that's okay, because I do have to go into the city centre for that HealthMOT later. If I drive in, that's still another 3,000 steps minimum walking from the car park to the place. or I could walk into Bury and get the tram in. So that could be another 6,000 quite easily, plus any extras that I decide to do. So loads of opportunity today. I'm going to put this lot away, I'm going to make some dinner, or lunch or whatever you want to call it, and we'll go from there. This annoys me. There are 5 thighs in this packet. I would normally have 2 at a time. So, do I have 2 and 3 or 2, 2 and 1? I'm going to bag it as 2 and 3, but I can always say that I'll have the 1 as a dinner or something like that, I think. But yeah, I'm going to bag it as the 2 and the 3. I'm thinking I might actually get myself a label maker as well, but I would like one which would put the barcode on so that I can scan the barcode when I'm doing adding my food onto Fitbit. But hey, we'll have to look into it, see what's available on the market. But it'd be nice just to have one in the kitchen, which I could literally bag something in there, scan the barcode there, and it prints out the label. If somebody would like to make that for me, I'd be delighted. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon though. So there we go, 1 sausage butty, some barbecue sauce underneath. Looks good. Hopefully it'll taste just as good. And yeah, I'm going to have this now. So when you do one of these HealthMOTs, if they remember, they give you a 2-sided sheet of paper. And that's just basically all the blur about what you need to know before you go. Most important thing though, please do not eat anything within 2 hours of the start of the assessment and only drink water. That's easy enough. So that means it's actually now about 2 hours, 15 minutes before the start of the thing. So that's easy enough to achieve. Try to get a good night's sleep and do not complete any strenuous exercise within 24 hours of the assessment. Got a good night's sleep. Haven't been for any walks today. I hadn't realised this when I didn't do any of this earlier today, but yeah. So that means I'm driving into Manchester to do this. I was going to walk to the tram station in Bury, but as they don't want me to do any strenuous... Sorry, excuse me. As they don't want me to do any strenuous exercise, then that's pretty much that's sealed. So I will drive in, which means I should be doing around 2,000 to 3,000 steps in total, walking to and from the Printworks in Manchester. And the fact that I'm not eating for the 2 hours beforehand means I'm going to be quite hungry when I'm coming out of that. Which is about 8 o'clock in the evening. So I will eat something on the way home instead. Haven't decided what yet, but I don't need to work that out till I leave there. Hopefully this will confirm I am doing well. As I say, I've got the last assessment in my office upstairs, and I've got this assessment. I will have the printed assessment when I come out. The other things it says are just basic things like wear the clothing that allows easy access to your upper left arm, and exercise clothing if you wish to exercise on the day of the assessment. Well, they can access the upper part of my left arm, that's no problem. And I'm not going to the gym after the assessment, it's finishing at 8 o'clock. I will go for a really long walk this evening though, so considering it's 8 o'clock it finishes, I should be able to eat and be home before 9:30. I can literally spend the entire time between 9:30 and midnight walking around. And finally, if you take any prescription medication, right, we'll stop there. I don't. I have no prescription medication this time. I don't have any medication at this time. I'm not even on Lemsips or anything for a cold. That's all been cleared up nicely. So yeah, that pretty much is where I'm at with that. And then it talks about if you need to reschedule the assessments, and if you arrive more than 5 minutes late, you really do need to rebook it because we won't have time. Anyone who knows me knows if I'm on time, I consider myself late. I hate the fact that I don't have a set time for the videos yet. as to when I upload them, but I'm still getting used to the system I use for uploading, because sometimes I press upload and it doesn't work properly. So that's why I've not set a specific time. I've said I'll try and upload them in the morning the day after, but specific times I'm not going to set just yet. So, but that means I will be on time for this. No problem with that. And then it's got the usual little bit about how they use your data, and you've read in this document and understand all its terms and significance, and you must sign it. So I've signed it. The only bit I've not filled in is the staff name, because I don't know who's going to be conducting it. I'll literally give it to them. They can sign. They can put their name against it. And just to be clear, they tell you this. The HealthMOT results provide guidance only, and it's no way intended to be a full medical examination or a complete review of your overall health. And basically, if you have any concerns, go see your GP. I have no specific health concerns. I'm doing this because the gym offer it. It gives me an idea of where I'm at. The only specific concern I have is I'm overweight. But that's the whole point of going to the gym. That's the whole point of doing these videos. That's the whole point of everything I'm doing. So, I see ice cream truck I can hear. I don't know if you can hear that. Can't have it. Not allowed it, because I can't eat for the next 2 hours. It says so. Anyway, so, yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do any more videos until after the assessment now. Other than what I ate for tea. So that just allows me to concentrate on what's coming up. And I shall see you in a minute. Or 3 hours for me, I should say. Okay, so I've had the health check. I'm now back at home. I am having Kentucky, as you can clearly see. It's a boneless banquet with a gravy. Why they put that box upside, I don't know. But that's the chicken breast strips, popcorn chicken, fries, and a Pepsi. And over there is my report, which I'm going to go through with you in a bit. But spoiler alert, it's a good one. I'll let you know more in a bit.
So I've just been very quickly editing that video together, and I've realised that the segment I'm about to do, which I've already done but you're about to see, is about 18 minutes long. And all it is about the Nuffield Health HealthMOT, which I've been to today. So if you're not interested in all that lot, by all means go ahead and skip. It is the end of the video after that, so you don't need to watch any more. Spoiler alert, it's good news. That's all you need to know if you don't want to see all the information about it. But if you want to see all the information, by all means keep watching. And if you are leaving us here, don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave me plenty of comments. Okay, so I said I'd give you an update. I have the report. So, this is actually a 14-page report. I'm not going to go through absolutely everything in here. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pick out some important details, and make sure scanned snippets get put on the screen for you as well at the appropriate times. So, the first page says the important thing: your height, your weight. So it says my height is 6 foot, basically, or 6 feet 0 inches, or 182 centimeters. And my current weight, according to their scales, and I must stress, different scales are different. They've got my weight as 141 kilograms, or 22 stone 3 pounds. Each scale is different, so I'm not taking that as an official weigh-in for the purposes of this, because I can guarantee you if I weigh myself on my scales, I'm more likely to be 22.12. There's no way that I can synchronise that, what's on this report, with what I've got on my normal scale. So it's a good result, because it shows that I've actually lost 11 kilograms since the weigh-in. It was the 21st of June, so it's more like 14, 15 weeks ago rather than 12 weeks, but that gives you an idea. You should see the graph on screen by now, or you might have seen it already. It then goes on to body mass index. Everyone knows what BMI is. So based on what they've said, I've gone from 45.9 to 42.6 on their body mass index scale. So again, it's a great loss. It's absolutely fabulous, to say the least. Now, it's still classed as obese. I know that. It's classed as very obese, actually, but it's heading in the right direction. And in fact, 45.9 was what it was. 35 or higher is very obese. So I've dropped 30% of the way towards coming out of very obese. That's incredible in 12 weeks. The next one it does is called waist to hip ratio, but I've basically been told to ignore it because it's very subjective to where they choose to measure you as your waist. So he chose exactly where my belly button is. That's fair enough. So I'm not going to dwell too much on that. It says it's gone up. There's no way of knowing if that's accurate or not because I had two different people doing two different measurements which could have been in two different places. So we're ignoring that. Then we go to blood pressure. And blood pressure is measured as your systolic blood pressure and your diastolic or dystolic. I'm sure there's a logical way of saying that, blood pressure. So it's like you've got one pressure over another pressure. So in this case, I'm 138 over 70. The systolic, the 138, is in normal level. The diastolic, the 70, is in a good level. Now, what he said is your systolic can go all over the place. It can up and down all throughout the day. So next time I have that measured, it could be back down to the 120 it was last time. And that's not a concern unless it goes into a high level. It was still in the normal level, so no concerns there. The diastolic is more of an indicator of how healthy you are. This is what I'm being taught now. I'm going to stress here, both the gentleman I was with today and myself, we're not medical experts. He is a health and fitness expert, so he'll have some knowledge, but nowhere near as much as a doctor or nurse or anything like that. So if I say something wrong, it's purely because it's the information I'm being given on the day, and he's based it on the information he's been given as a health and fitness expert. So the diastolic he was saying was more related to how I've done weight loss and getting myself healthier, and the fact that that's gone down and it's gone from a normal level to a good level is, well, 2 thumbs up. Basic way of putting it. It's fantastic news. So he's delighted with that. I'm really delighted. Aerobic fitness. This one intrigues me because basically they put a strap around you here, or you have to put it on. They leave the room. I don't know why, because I'm not squeamish about my body, but hey, if they choose to leave the room, that's their choice. Well, I put the strap on underneath there, and then they make you lie down for about 5 minutes. And part of that is so they can get your resting heart rate, but also it measures your aerobic fitness. Apparently, it's been directly linked to numerous health benefits, including lower death rates from coronary artery disease, lower incidence rates for cancer of the colon, and same for type 2. Is it incidence or incidence? Oh, I don't know. But same for type 2 diabetes and anxiety and depression. Now that's interesting because I do suffer anxiety and depression. I have suffered it in the past, I should say. Let's just be clear, that's the conversation for another time, but I'm in a good place right now, hence why I'm doing the videos. Anxiety might put me off the videos, to say the least. But my aerobic fitness last time was 28 millilitres per kilogram per minute. I don't know. that's what it says. And 28 for someone of my age, I'm 31, is in the very poor level. This time it was 60. And again, for someone of my age, that puts me in the... I've basically gone from the lowest level... I've got to remember I'm on the other side here. From the lowest level, very poor, to the highest level, excellent, in 12, 14, 15 weeks. This is... I don't know. I'll believe it more when I see the next health assessment, which will be just at the start of the new year. But it's good. It's really good that that's going that way. I'm going to read more into the aerobic fitness just to see what that's all about, because I don't know. It doesn't make much sense to me, if I'm being honest with you. Then you've got resting heart rate. Now, last time I was measured on that, it was 98 beats per minute. Now, this thing here, my Fitbit, measures my heart rate and works out my resting heart rate quite early. So at the minute it's actually 75, but that's my current level, not my resting level, and has recently rated it at below 60, so at 59, 58. Obviously, this takes a snapshot of the whole day and works out from that, and if I wear it at night, it's actually more accurate. I don't wear it at night because it needs constant charging, because I do a lot of walks where I tell it to measure my GPS as well, so I know what routes I've taken in the past. I use up the battery quite quickly, so it gets charged every night. But still, what they've measured it at a single snapshot, and that was while doing the aerobic fitness, was 69 beats per minute. Again, that's well in the normal range. That's a fantastic place to be. So I'm very happy with that. Going from 98, which was touching on very high level, to 69 is incredible again. But I had already seen that in a graph on my Fitbit, which I'll share that as well while I'm at this. So you'll see that come up on the screen just after the resting heart rate. Just give that a chance. Okay. So the last, there's quite a few pages left, I should say here, but the last ones they actually tested me on were my cholesterol and my blood glucose. So for both of those, they took a pinprick of my index finger on my left. Yep, left. And just took some blood from both of those, put it in a machine. They admit openly that it's not the most accurate machine in the world, but it gives a good indication. To the point where when they put the cholesterol in, it will record a result as low as 3.88 mmol per litre. I'm not even going to pretend to know what mmol is, but basically, if it goes below that, it shows low on the screen, and that's what it recorded as. So, as a result, I've got a fantastic cholesterol level. The person who was doing the assessments in the gym said that my cholesterol is lower than his. So, as he's somebody who will be doing health fitness stuff all the time, I'm taking that as a compliment. I'm loving that. Blood glucose came back as 3.8 mmol per litre. Again, not pretending to know what mmol is, but basically anything below 5.8 is a good level and not at risk of diabetes at this point. So I'm delighted with those. It's a strange thing with my body, and other members of my family have had the same thing. Despite those being heavy set, cholesterol and glucose is never an issue. Blood pressure is rarely an issue, if it ever is. It's a good place to be, and we're all very happy about this. The rest of these are all questions they asked me. So, what's my reported diet intake of water? Previously, I'd said 3 glasses, 200ml glasses apparently. I've never seen a 200ml glass. I only ever have pint glasses. This is Coke Zero, by the way, but I only ever have pint glasses when I'm drinking. So, but then again, at work, the plastic cups they give you, they're 200ml, so I could actually give a good estimation. And I said I'm doing about eight cups when I'm at work. I'm probably doing 10 to be honest with you, but I have the weekend days not in work, and I've not been in work today as well. That's going up from 3, so I'm doing really well on that. Alcohol, again, I said it's very rare. I probably go out drinking once a month, if that. So like last Friday, and then last month at my granddad's funeral, I had a drink as well. But it's like 1 or 2 drinks. I don't drink much at all because I like to be able to drive. I like to be able to say, oh, I need to go somewhere, let's jump in the car. So as such, I'm not a big drinker. I will drink at certain events, I'm not teetotal, but it's, yeah, and I'm not going to worry about my alcohol consumption because I don't drink enough at all. And then it says about caffeinated drinks. I say about 2 drinks each day. Probably isn't even that because I only have the 2 bottles of Coke Zero a week, of which I've got 1 today. Yeah, and sleep quality, again, 7 hours at night at the minute, which is good, and it's a good quality. The last thing it gives you is a health score. Now this is odd because last time it just said there was no health score. They didn't do a health score at the time. And yet it's actually now telling me my previous score was 61, which put me, age 30, there we go, in the top 70% of men at my age. I'm guessing that means out of 100 people, 70% had a score of 60 or higher. 70 out of 6 or 60 higher. Now I've got a health score of 75, which puts me in the top 30%. So I'm as good as 30 out of 100 men. So the other 70 out of 100 I'm better than. And the only recommendation that this gives you, in this case, because of everything else being fine, is to take steps to improve your body composition. And what that basically means is lose weight. So that's fantastic. It's telling me that I've got the right goal, and I'm doing the right things about it, and I don't need to worry about my other potential health issues because they're fine. So nothing in there worries me right now. Nothing at all, which is fantastic news. And in fact, the guy who did the assessment, very nice gentleman at Nuffield Health in the Printworks, he actually said to me that when he saw me and when we went into the room and he saw my weight, he expected me to have a multitude of issues with these results. So he was expecting the cholesterol to be high, the blood glucose to be high, the blood pressure to be high, all those sort of things to be high and be a risk factor. And he's absolutely shocked that they weren't a risk factor at all. And that I have come out of it pretty much. If this was the exam, this will be coming out with flying colours, with the exception of my weight. But, and as he said, we know that, and we're working on that. He wants to work with me to set up a programme. I've not done so today, just because I need time to just quickly regroup and work out if I do want to go on to other things beyond the swimming. I think I might do so next week, but we'll see how that goes. I do keep saying we'll see how that goes. Please pick on me for saying that, because I need to stop saying that. I think that's my go-to phrase where I don't know what to say. Okay, so this beard here makes me look like I've got a double chin. Anyway, let's go back to where I was. The other thing he said was the improvement in resting heart rate is the best improvement he's ever seen. Now, I don't know if he's saying that to make me feel good, or if he genuinely means that. I'm not going to complain about it if he's saying it just to make me feel good, but yeah, it really does make me feel quite good about myself that I've got a part of me that's the best he's ever seen. And he's interested in seeing how much further it goes and what happens from here. So I am almost certainly going to book in with him to set a programme up in the near future. I haven't decided when to do so, but I will do so. And the thing he has said is just keep doing what I'm doing, and go back for another health check in 12 weeks or more. I must stress, these come free with your membership to Nuffield Health gyms. I'm not paying a penny to go do a health check. I'm paying for the gym membership, and the main reason I agreed to do that is I like a nice quiet pool. Going to the swimming pool in Bury, I don't know if I've said this before, I'll have to go back in the blog to see, but going to the swimming pool in Bury feels far too open and public, and apart from the amount of kids in there, which I love kids, but they're a bloody nuisance. there's also the fact that it's close to an open road and people can look in the windows. You'd expect it to be tinted windows, but no, people can just go up to the window and look in if they want to. There's nothing stopping you doing that at all, and that just feels way too open to me. So that's why I go to a gym's swimming pool, and I will be continuing to do so. So I need to do it twice this week. I haven't started with that yet. I would have gone today, but to be honest, by the time this was finished, it would have been too late anyway. Right, okay, so we're going to finish off today then, because I realise this one segment alone, it's already telling me I've recorded for 17.5 minutes, so it's going to be a very long vlog at this rate. So I'm currently on 6,300 steps, 6,293 to be precise. I am going to go for another walk. It's actually just about 10 o'clock at night, so I've got time to go have another walk, just so I can get myself above the 10,000 again. There's no excuse for me not getting above it, and I really do need to have another walk, especially after having that Kentucky Fried Chicken. But I'm going to end today's video here, and hopefully everything will go well for the rest of the week. It's looking promising right now. The only thing I'll quickly mention, whilst I was in Manchester, I had a quick look in Curry's at a few cameras that I'm possibly interested in. I've not made a decision as to what to get yet, whether I get a small point and shoot or a slightly bigger one. A slightly bigger one actually looked more robust to me and possibly a better option, and about the same money as some of the better point and shoots. So I've just got to work out which is the better option for me, and I'll do some research on that before I actually make a decision as to how I proceed with that. So that's it for today. Step count as usual coming up. Why have I gone darker? Apparently my laptop was lighting me up. I did not know that. Okay, yeah, step count is coming up. If you like what you see, smash that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. Comments for what you think I should be doing better. As I say, I am taking suggestions, despite the fact I may well be going for a programme as to what I can improve. Take the Kentucky Fried Chicken today as my treat for this week. I know I've got the pancakes and the ice cream today as well, but they can be done slowly, and so long as I'm still getting the walking in, they're excusable. Everything's excusable if I get the right walking in to counteract it or that sort of thing, and as long as it's in moderation. So Kentucky after a week. Sorry, I'm ranting on again. Like button if you like what I'm doing, subscribe, comments, you know the drill. So thanks very much for watching and have a good day. So when you go to do one of these HealthMOTs, you get a nice two-sided So when you do one of these HealthMOTs, if they do it right, hello thumb.